Oh, sound gravy. Sound gravy.
Right before Thanksgiving.
Oh my goodness.
We're recording. Let's get it.
So, you remember the last podcast where we kind of left off, and I was like, we had like big news announcement.
Yes. I mean, I was there. I do remember.
Well, I think for the listeners, I should. I'm moving. I'm moving up to Northern Virginia. So, just thank you, everybody.
You said Nova or you said Northern Virginia?
Northern Virginia. I don't call it Nova because not everybody that listens to this knows what Nova is.
But they will.
Now they know.
Who was that? It was like, going to Nova Scotia?
Yeah, that was me. I was like, yeah, I'm from Nova. I was like, black people from Nova Scotia? Not likely. Not likely. Yeah, so yeah, I'm moving up to Northern Virginia before December. I start a new job and a new position, and it's different, man. There's a lot of different changes that coming about, and low key I'm excited, and low key I'm nervous, but it's cool, man. It's like a lot of different things are like going on in the background that, you know, in the past I would have been like, oh, I'm moving, and I'm just like, yo, super low key, sticking to what I got to do, and figuring that all out before I haven't told a lot of people, you know.
I mean, I think you've been low key because one of those things, you've been praying for it, you've been working, so it didn't come as a surprise. As you told me earlier today, it was just surprising when it happened. Yeah, the timing of it was definitely not seen. You feel me? Like I didn't foresee that happening. Allah gives you what you deserve. You know what I mean? So
in the right timing.
In the right time.
Nothing is. It's always good timing.
Man.
Yeah, but yeah.
You don't sound excited though. You tired?
No, I'm just like again, like I was on the phone with my aunt, and she's like, she's really spearheading, helping me get my apartment and everything straight. And I was on the phone with her, and she was like, "You don't seem excited." And I was like, "Trust me, I'm excited, like to have my own place and to be able to like walk to work, and I don't have an hour commute to work anymore. Dude, I'm literally gonna be walking to my job, bro."
Everybody else can be like, "Dude, it's snowing outside. This man walking with a huge smile on his face. He crazy."
It's like, yo, this dude's walking in the blizzard. I gotta go to work. I gotta get these hours.
Yeah, he's dedicated, bro.
Yeah, dedicated. but like, no, it's not that I'm not excited. You know, I'm just mentally in the space where I'm like, okay, I know what's going on. I'm just trying to stay calm. I'm not trying to get too excited.
Yeah.
Or like, I'm not trying to get too anxious, because if I let one emotion kind of go up, then I feel like the other one's like anxious and being nervous. I'm kind of just like, stay calm, know where you are.
Yeah. And
when you get there, do your job. Because I'm going up there for multiple reasons. You know what I'm saying? I got multiple reasons why I'm going up there. Mainly for, you know, I got a job and I got bills. Yeah. I'm normal. I'm not that special.
Yes, we're both not well off, if that's what you guys had thought.
Well, I'm doing well.
I'm doing that.
Alhamdulillah. Yo, but yeah, so that's the big news. Oh, and I mean that's cool, because like now going forward,
yes,
like doing these podcasts is gonna be so much easier, bro.
Bro, what?
We set up a studio in an actual apartment. That'll be dope.
So now we'll have a destination where you guys will see us consistently. Think about the Joe Budden podcast, how he has in his living room.
Yeah.
We're gonna set up the spot just like that, and we can start doing Instagram lives consistently. Set up times, because we'll know.
We'll be in the same location.
The same location, man.
Like driving 3.5 hours and then trying to have multiple moves at once and make it all work is very difficult. You know what I'm saying?
Cause sometimes, you know, sometimes I come to your house and I don't even see your family, even though I'm staying at your house, because we're always in the move. Vice versa, when you come to my house, like, oh, Jabril's here.
Yeah. Well, yeah. One day I woke up in the morning and I came downstairs and like, what the heck? I'm like, yo, where'd you go from?
My mom texted me, like, "Is Jabril here?" I was like, "Dude, I'm so sorry, I forgot to tell you guys." I was like, "You came in the morning." No, actually, I texted my sister. I was like, "Yo, Jabril's in the house." She's like, "I know. He's eating breakfast with us." He sent me a picture. I was like, oh man, I'm so sorry, guys.
Yo, that's hilarious,
I'm
bro.
so sorry.
That's so funny. Cause I thought they knew I was there.
Nah.
And so like that morning I woke up and I was like, oh man, like I don't want them to like. It was like I didn't just want to pop out. Like, what's up? Like,
Y'all know what it's about.
yeah. So so like it's gonna be a lot easier, man, and having a space. You know what I'm saying? Like that I can kind of make my own and just do what I want with it. You feel me? It's different. I haven't done this before, so you know it was really cool to catch up with our boy Coop today, and he showed us his new place, and I was just like, yo, I'm trying to be like you when I grow up, bro. Like, his place is so nice.
Simple.
Yeah, it's very simplistic. It's very like clean, and it's just like, yo, like I could see me having. And what's funny is like in my head I want like a similar setup. You feel me? Like he has like the pallets for the to lift up the bed, and then just like very simplistic art and stuff. It's clean, bro.
All he was missing was a masaleh, and that's it. A
Yeah.
prayer rug, and you'd have been gold.
Oh, you already know, son. I'm gonna have the prayer rug nice, it's tucked away in the corner. I'm gonna have like my prayer corner, son. I just I got ideas. I got ideas.
Time to execute on.
Yeah, bro. So yeah, that's the big news.
Yeah.
Yeah. So shoot us some messages in like Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that. And
Especially if you're in the area now, we can definitely link up with you. Like Northern Virginia, DC, even Maryland. Like we're trying to dominate those areas. To be honest, we're trying to be not trying to be, but the Dean Squad of the U.S. basically. But we got our own flavor.
Dean Squad. I don't rap.
We don't rap at all, right?
I don't rap. Yo, speaking of rap, there's two songs. One of them came out a while ago. Back when
Probably like 3 weeks.
No, let's say over a month. The Alhamdulillah song with Ashidaki.
Yeah, Shadiaki.
Ashadiaki.
Yeah.
And then Neelon just dropped a new music video last week or
a week ago. She did.
Yeah, let's listen to this real quick. If you guys don't know who Neelon is, she's a Muslim woman. She's a freestyle rapper, but she recently just dropped a new music video, and it features Erykah Badu at the very end. So if you're looking for it, it's called, let me find it. It's called
I'm the King.
No, it's I'll Be the King. I'll Be the King. So like here, we're gonna play it. Hopefully there's no like. Okay. Oh, voting ads.
Yeah,
we're definitely gonna talk about voting.
Corner, so.
All right, so we're gonna listen to this, and then we're gonna talk about these voting ads.
Voting matters. Voting matters.
I'll let them say it. Voting matters. Please vote. Go out.
All right, here we go. I'll be the king, and I'm gonna slay. I am a queen, yeah, I'm gonna slay. I'll be the king, and I'm gonna slay. Playing a game that you wanna play? I'll be the king. No, I don't show my body. All you do is too verbal. No, I'm not on display. Bentleys don't have commercials. Baby, you are rehearsal. Treat your ass like practice. Show you all that green and have you stuck like cactus. Now you caught in the trap. That's why they call it trapping. All these seasons are private. Homie, I am a captain. Throw you fast off the boat, and I'll laugh as you float. Little Peter is shook, cause he ran in the hook. Read through you like a book. I can see through the lines. No, I don't get the picture. I don't like his design. I'm telling nigga to raise up from out of the grave. Cause I'm more than a fling. And I know you a king. No, we can't.
All right, so I'm stopping it because I don't know how this song is going to work with the copyright and stuff on YouTube.
We'll reach out to her and just let her know that it was.
All right, let's keep it playing.
Just a snippet.
Let's keep playing.
Baby, we can court. Yes, I am the judge. Yes, you are in court. You forbidden like pork. I'm as sharp as a fork. You trying to drop off a baby? You better go find the store.
This video is dope.
Tell him if he wants me. Then he better ask nice on one time. I done came through bondage. Now that I'm free, I'm gonna be stuck in a chain with another lane. Going insane cause he wore a chain. Limit my range cause he drove a range. Playing the game because you wanna play? Nigga, I'll be the king and I'm gonna slay.
Yeah, check out the
I'll be
video
the
too.
king and I'm gonna slay. I'll be the king and I'm gonna slay. I'm a queen, yeah, I'm gonna slay. I'll be the king and I'm gonna slay. Playing the game that you wanna play? I'll be the king and I'm gonna slay. I'll be the king and I'm gonna slay. I'll be the king. Nope, I can tell that your mind's vacant. Nope, look thirsty, hydrated. Yeah, I don't really want my time wasted. Nope, so there's no need for no conversation. Fat, I like my man all melanated. Glad, with plans all elevated. Stat, won't roam like a mobile home. A good fella's long face like the Corleones. Yeah, he roll with a bundle. When it comes to his dime, he is ready to rumble like Ali in his prime. If he falls or he stumbles and starts losing his mind, then I pick up the fumble and run straight to the line. Yeah, I'm pushing the line, and I'll never be broken, cause the king has awoken in the land of the curse, from the land of the stolen. I was hated since birth, but I work till I get there. Tell him if he wants me, then he better ask nice on one knee. I done came through bondage, now that I'm free, I won't get stuck in the chain with another lane.
All right, so we're gonna stop there.
Yeah.
What are your initial thoughts on this song? Like, when you first heard it, what are your initial thoughts?
I mean, when I first heard the song, it was tough because I only heard like small bits and pieces because it was on Instagram, right? Then when I finally got the chance to listen to it on YouTube, it's a really good song because she's a lyricist and she put some history in it too, right? She was just talking about like bondage, she was talking about slavery, right? Talking about the land of the curse / like the U.S. So it's like a history lesson in it too, you know? It's more than just a music video for me. And I was telling you earlier, it showed like woman empowerment, right? Because you have women out there riding dirt bikes, dressed in different fashions and different like modest coverings, which is awesome. You know, she doesn't show like one particular group of women and have them on a limelight. She shined a light on all the ladies, you know, and talking about. She said, "I'll be a king." People think a king is like a gender thing. For me, king means you're just the best. You're just dominating. You know what I mean? Like,
the equivalent to a king is a queen.
Yeah, I mean,
and she did say it. She said,
"I'm a queen." She said, "I'm a queen." Then she's saying, "I'll be king."
That part I didn't understand quite as much.
Yeah, we'll
maybe
have to reach out to them, but
I mean, look, your interpretation is your interpretation. I'm just saying, I didn't.
When she said, "I'll be king," I just felt like she said she was just going to dominate everything. That's what I got.
Here's what I got.
Okay.
I got that she was saying that she doesn't need a dude to be on top. So I agree with you saying she can dominate, but she's saying, I don't need you to be the king. I can be my own king because I'm a queen, sort of deal.
Okay.
Maybe look. That's
you have to ask her personally.
Look, that's a good part about this. Is like
right.
we can disagree, and both of our interpretations can be like whatever.
And if one of our listeners do know Neelam,
tell to hit us up.
Hit us up because we would love to ask her that question.
We can do like a live performance on our YouTube channel. Neelam live performance, everybody.
There you go.
Yo, but no. I like the song because she can actually spit. Like I remember I found her.
Flow.
Yeah, I found her about a year ago, and she was doing freestyles, and she just nasty, bro. P. Diddy shared one of her freestyles that she did. I forget what song it was, but yeah, she was crushing it. You feel me?
You gotta talk more about her team too. Like who's her? Like,
I mean, like her husband's her manager and stuff like that. But I mean, she's the one in the limelight, and I just think she's dope, man. I like what she stands for. I think she brings a different look to Muslim women, especially because a Muslim woman that got like really big was Mona. I forget her last name.
Oh yeah.
Because she like I rock my hijab, and that song goes. And my sister, my mom was every morning. She rock my hijab. They put a key on. They rock my hijab, right? And I'm like, yo.
She was on that one.
Huh?
Rocked my hijab. I thought that was Teen Squad.
No, that was what? No, that's a woman. Mona, that's her song. She crushed it.
Then they must have done like a cover or something, maybe like a remix to that or something.
Look, that's my one issue with Dean Squad is that they don't have a lot of original music, and they do a lot of remixes and covers. That is my one. Like that song is dope.
But now they're doing originals now. And you guys will be listening to one later. But go ahead and finish the comment as what you were talking about.
Yeah, I mean, like I get it. I understand why they do it, but I think at some level, like as an artist, you have to be able to create something that's original. Even like, I get it. It's cool because they're able to take these songs that like may not have the best messages, right?
Yeah. We'll go into that probably deeper on just later on because that is part of that's part of like their culture, is something that they're looking to implement, which is kind of cool because there's not many people doing that.
Yeah. I mean, no, I disagree with you on that. I actually think there's a lot of people doing it. Maybe not Muslims, but Christian rap has been around for a while.
I think specifically,
there's people that do that sort of stuff and it bangs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've heard Christian rapping is dope. You know, but at the same time, it's still original.
I mean, you got the one guy, the one Jewish rabbi, Mate Siayu. Hopefully I didn't.
Oh yeah, overall.
Butcher his name. I love that guy.
King Without a Crown. That's my
Yes,
song.
yeah,
that's
those
a good
all,
song.
Those all original
Exactly.
songs with great messages.
So,
too.
so that's my point. My
I see
point
what you're
is
saying.
like what Neelam does and what other Muslim artists do. I think
Mhm.
is really dope because they're able to take and create their own flow, their own style, and get people to get attached to it without having to take something that is trending and
I see what
hot
you're saying.
and attract people to it. You know what I'm saying? So
Cause that song what D Squad does, they get that banger. Whether it's like a guy's playing from Drake, you hear that beat, you're already in the game.
exactly,
You're
and
in the
because
zone.
you're like, oh, somebody remixed it. I want to hear how they remixed
And
it.
they have your full attention. So at that point, the attention is there. Then they just hit you with small bits of information. Oh wow, that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah. And then the other song, I think we just played that a little bit later.
Yeah.
But one thing that stuck out in this song, the very first time I heard the full video was that she cusses in the song a couple times. And I mean, I personally don't have an issue with that. I know some listeners might
Yeah.
that necessarily aren't in our demographic, right? Or people that just have an issue with cursing in general. But I think it raises the question
Mhm.
of in the culture of young Muslims, right?
Yeah.
Is there really, do we judge one another based off of our use of language? Like if somebody curses or slips up, they're like,
Mhm.
oh damn, or
Mhm.
that's that man. You know what I'm saying? Like they drop an F bomb or whatever.
Mhm.
Like I'm trying to refrain from it. Like yo, I curse every now and then. You feel me?
Mhm.
And I mean, it happens. You know what I'm saying? People around me curse and it happens. Do you think that that's an issue, or do you think that's just like yo, like we're humans, we slip up, and it depends on where you are. Like it's all about your setting. You know what I mean?
I mean, I think it does depend on setting, but it also depends on like usage. Like, are they always cussing? Are they somebody that's known for cussing, or are they somebody that's known to slip up every once in a while? I think that plays a big role because you have some people that they just always cuss. Like every other word is a cuss word. You know?
Yeah.
Maybe that's just the way they were raised. Maybe their parents did it. I don't know. But I think if it doesn't get addressed, or just be like, hey, brother, like why are you talking that way? If you're vulgar. But it's tough because for me,
You cuss.
I
You cuss
cuss
on the podcast.
I cuss even if I'm like just chilling, even like in a good mood.
But that's what I'm
You
saying.
know?
That's what I'm
So-
saying. I think the perception of cursing is different for our generation and our culture,
Mhm.
right? Because she curses in the song, I have zero problem with
Yeah.
it. Like I notice it, and I'm like, like my mom probably isn't going to play the song
Uh-huh.
because of that. But guess what? Like Neelam isn't making music for my mom.
Mhm.
She's not making music for my aunt. She's making music for my sisters who listen to way worse music,
Yeah.
right?
And the music videos are way worse too.
Yeah, and so I'm looking at this and saying, okay, yeah, she cursed, whatever, but don't let that take away from the fact that what she's created is really dope, and it has a good message behind that can pull a lot of like young girls in, you know, especially.
I would agree with that part. Don't let that 1% kill the 1% of the bad, kill the 99% of the good that
Yeah.
she's doing. So I would agree on that. But at the end, I do think, because our prophet, peace and praise be upon him, always mentioned that when you're around people, you gotta be kind, you gotta be generous. But just because you're cussing, that doesn't mean you're not doing that, right? So I think the biggest thing is that you gotta be conscious. Like you are cussing, I would just say try to not. I don't want to say refrain from, but it's tough. But you got to know, I guess, what you're saying, when you're saying, how you're saying. If you have a chance to reduce it and input other words in there, go ahead.
I don't think it works. I don't think it works like that though.
Why?
Like,
You can
I don't think it works.
It does.
Bro,
You
I
can
don't think it
think
works like
consciously.
that.
You can.
I don't think it works like that.
So who was it? Was it Mal? No, it was Mal. It was somebody that was saying that.
Like, look, I think it's either you make I think it's either like you make the decision and say, "Yo, I'm not cursing,"
Mhm.
or you realize what settings you're in. Because when I chill with you and the homies,
Yeah.
versus going on the job, like I'm not gonna be cursing up a storm. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not how it works.
Yeah, but at the same time, remember what we talk about, bringing that same energy everywhere we go. Remember we did talk about that too?
That's
You
true.
Can't forget
That's true.
that. Yeah.
You're right. But I'm not perfect.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not perfect. You know what I
understand
mean?
But that's what it is. Like we said earlier, because she cussed doesn't mean she's a horrible person.
Exactly.
It doesn't mean what
Exactly.
she's doing is a horrible thing.
Mhm.
So it's really tough. I mean, I'm not the judge and everything like that. I cuss. I try to realize it. I mean, if I cuss and Jabril's around me, he'd be like, "Oh, Mo, you said that."
No,
But
no,
it does
no,
depend on the settings.
But the thing
like,
is,
if I'm at your house,
but
like,
here's,
like, okay.
but here's the thing.
yeah.
I'm not going to correct you. I'm not going to say anything because I cuss too. I don't look at you as a bad person. I'm not saying, "Oh, Mo, your dean is your dean is slipping, Mo." No, I'm not going to say anything because I cuss too, and I don't see it as being bad. And I think that most young Muslims would agree with me. And I think that's. I'm not saying it's part of our culture, but I think it's something that the culture is changing, where that's becoming. Not saying it's becoming acceptable, but it's becoming less judgmental.
You know what's
feel
funny?
me?
You know what's funny is that the older generation, the pioneers, when they see, like you're saying, they see a music video like that cussing, they're like, "Oh, dude, that's haram, yada yada." But I'm not saying they're always, but you see them cussing in their own languages all the time, and they make it okay. You know what I'm talking about? Like your little brother or sister get in trouble, your parents are cussing up a storm in Arabic and Farsi or
I don't know nothing about that.
it's also my
We
parents.
speak one language.
But it's. I think we have to come back on the topic because I do have some mixed feelings on it. But like I said, I cuss. I do cuss. But when I'm around my younger brothers and sisters who are younger,
of course. But it's like I said, it's about the settings. It's about the setting, and I'm not questioning whether or not, like, yo, do you cuss in the right or wrong settings? All I'm saying is, in the culture that we have as young Muslims today, we don't look at people that cuss and say, "Oh, that's bad." Whereas
that's the point you're getting at.
when your parents are younger, right, and somebody was cussing, they were like, "No, that's bad. You need to go pray."
Okay, I see.
You feel me?
I see the point you're trying to address.
What I'm
now.
saying is the culture is changing, and where we are as a young and Muslim culture is a lot different. The way that we talk to one another, the way that we dress, the way we identify, we self-identify. You feel me? Like before, people like, "Oh, I'm Shia, I'm Sunni or whatever." But like, bro, I rarely meet people that start like that. Like, "Yo, I'm Muslim," and I've been like that my whole life because that's all I identify as. I don't have a sect or anything like that because I feel that if our parents or if people have been lucky enough to have parents that go through the Quran with them and don't just say read, pray. Like you start getting an understanding that listen. We're all Muslim, and we're all going to be different. We all have different cultures. We all have different aspects of our lives that vary, that make us unique, but the religion is what unifies us together as an ummah, right? Okay. So I think our generation is starting to do a better job of saying, "Oh, you're Muslim? Cool, come through."
Knocking down those cultural barriers.
Not saying, "Oh, you're from Yemen?
Yeah.
Oh, you're different than me.
Yep.
Whatever." You feel me? It's like that barrier, that cultural barrier is starting to break down because here in America, especially, and I'll even say places like Canada and even, in the UK, the culture is so similar, especially like with hip hop. Hip hop rules the culture.
Hip hop's a culture in itself. Yeah.
Hip hop is the culture. I'm being dead honest.
Okay.
I'm being dead honest. It's the culture. Think about the way you dress, the way your swag, the way you talk, the way you walk, all that culture. Think about when you were younger.
Yeah.
You were wearing tall tees.
Yeah, hip hop.
Yeah, hip hop. Right? So I think our culture as young Muslims stems from a lot of different aspects of where we live, who we interact with, and then the people that we interact with, right? They might come from different cultures, but here in America, we all kind of are forming this unique culture as young Muslims. You know what I'm saying? It's no longer like, "Oh, I'm not just a black Muslim. I'm a Muslim." It's freeing. It's freeing. It gives you more room to explore what other people are doing to their culture.
Explore your mind too, because when, like you mentioned, when I go to Egypt, right, almost everybody I see in there, they look like almost everybody I see in there, I know that they're Egyptian, right? But here in the U.S., you don't know where anybody's from these days. Right.
Yeah. Of course, because there's no face.
There's no face.
There's no face.
So there's all these different cultures. Like they used to call the U.S. the melting pot. I still think it is. But that's the culture that we grew up on. And you're not saying if it's right or wrong. You're just addressing the fact. Like it is what it is.
It's changing.
It's changing.
It's changing.
And I'm not saying there's nothing that we can do about it, but knowing that, knowing that first that it's changing. Then you can go ahead and move forward with an open mind. Because if you stay closed-minded and don't think it's changing and being stubborn about it, that's a problem.
Check this.
I'm checking.
So Nation of Islam, they didn't allow people to dance. What was this, Footloose? Like, bro, dancing is a way of self-expression. People been dancing since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta fight. Ooh, yeah. You know, you start dancing or something. Like, you happy, you dance, right?
You dance at weddings?
Yeah, you dance, bro. People, like, when I go to weddings, I dance.
You get down.
Like, I get down.
boogie.
Yeah, look, we've even done a podcast at a wedding.
Down, boogie.
You feel me? Like, yo, like, we get down boogie. See, you 80. Anyways, you know, like, that's something that culturally is different, because now you have Muslim women who are saying, listen, dancing is okay, but there's a way to do it and still stay within the bounds of keeping it halal and making it so that it isn't about just shaking your butt and
that's not even
and
dancing.
sexualizing dancing.
Yeah, because that's not dancing.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look, I'm not knocking nobody in how they dance. Period. You dance how you want to dance. All I'm saying is the culture is changing. Women playing sports, Ibtihaj, you know, as a fencer, okay, that she's going out there where people are like, oh, well, you can't wear the hijab or the qiyam, the kimar. Kimar, you can't wear the kimar and fence. Well, guess what? She proved you wrong, and so now that's a revolution.
And she won.
That's a part of our culture now. That's a part of our culture. Whereas before, women not driving or women not doing certain things was a part of the old guard. You feel me? So, but the only reason we got into this point is because the culture of the older generation has come in, and we've been able to look at that and say, you know what? We think this is dope, and we respect it. We want to take what you all have done, and we want to adapt certain things to it, because this is where we are as a people and as a generation. You know what I'm saying? It's totally different now. The culture's different. You know?
No.
But certain things have to stick. Certain things stick. So just going down like some things that, you know, what do you think in terms of like dress and the way we talk? And I guess we kind of been on that. Like, how important do you think those things are when it comes to like the Muslim culture? Do you think those things matter at all?
They do. Dress. Dress does matter, and when it comes to speaking, it does matter too. We're not talking about like cussing or anything like that, right? So let's start with speaking, because I think we always talk about dress a lot, right?
Yeah.
Let's kind of put that on the back burner.
Can we sum dress up in like a very quick manner?
Yeah, we do. Oh, you want to do it now?
Everybody just dress modestly.
Yeah, that's
like
guys too.
The guy, especially guys, because we got to address it to the men.
Yeah.
Like, yo, dudes,
Because when I was younger, I didn't dress modestly. I used to come outside with a white beater on, you know, like with a white beater and just, you know, arm showing, everything. The same thing.
I mean,
Yeah, don't forget. I said that when I was younger.
I mean, I do that now, so.
Out the house?
Yeah, what?
Okay, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I wear chains, you know. Sun's out, guns out.
Put them guns away, boy.
Hey, you know,
So,
might hurt somebody.
just underlining statement, basically just dress modestly. You know, if you look yourself in the mirror and, you know, you're satisfied with how you dress and you think it's modest and you think that's, you know, good enough for you, then
Boom. All right,
That's
speak.
boom. So when it comes to speaking is such a powerful tool, right? And if you don't know, I'm not saying if you know how to speak well, but if you know how to speak effectively, it can be an issue, right? When it comes to the religion, or when it comes to Muslims, I think speaking is a huge part, especially now for our generation, because I feel like we've been quiet for so long. You hear me, bro?
Yeah.
I feel like we just been quiet. Like when we go to Jummahs, right? When you're
Yo, back up.
oh, I'm sorry. I was calm.
That was so loud.
Calm out.
Bro, that was so loud. Hey, drink some water. You need some water, bro? Give this man some water.
Somebody give me some water. Let me get some boss in here.
Oh,
But
man.
yeah. So when it comes to speaking, I'm just talking about speaking in general, whether just speaking up, speaking elegantly. Like when I'm at Jummah, right? I'm sitting there and I'm just listening to what the guy's saying. We're always listening. We're always listening to what the sheikhs are saying. We're always listening to what our parents are saying. We're always listening to what another scholar is saying. But we're not speaking up. We're not having conversations with each other, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like if the men and the women don't speak up or speak to one another, we're never ever gonna be able to progress and solve those problems. right? Because right now, when it comes to the Kimar, we have so much conversation about that, but it's between guys. Why are you and I talking about Kimar or women modestly dressing for an hour, 2 hours, and there's no woman in the room?
And bashing women at that. You're just bashing them the whole time.
So that's a speaking.
It's
Like,
wild.
how are we doing it? Like, you can't do that. And then for the other ways, you can't have females in a room talking about like, oh, like the whole like Me Too movement and bashing all the guys in the country or in the world.
You know what's ironic about it though? Mm-hmm. Women that I've talked to, they said they get condemned more by other women, like older women, than they do by men. Because men won't say anything, right? Like, we kind of just like, yo, you do what you do.
Depends.
It definitely depends, right? But generally, like even if you don't agree, you're not gonna say anything. You know what I'm saying? Because you realize, like, dog, that's your decision.
Yeah.
Period. And I think women, from what I've heard from, Muslim women themselves, is that they're like, yeah, we get judged mainly by other women, and it hurts. So I think there has to be support from us as this generation. Here's the new culture. We are the culture.
Yeah.
First and foremost,
Straight like
we
that.
are. Look at the camera. We are the culture.
Heard it
Point
here
blank.
first.
We are the culture. This generation is going to change the mark, because this is going to be the generation where men and women can speak honestly to one another. And we don't care that people, like us being in a room filled with women and men mixed, and it doesn't have to be anything except for a room of ballers talking and speaking about how we can advance as a cultural group, as a religious group. How do we as young Muslims advance so that when people see us all in the room, or they see a guy and a girl talking, it's not, oh, they're doing something haram, or they must be married or together. Like, no. Like, what if this is a business meeting? Like what if we're conducting a business right now? We can't be business partners because you're a woman and I'm a man. Like, that's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? We have to start treating women and putting them on the same pedestal and task as we do men. That's what I believe.
So basically, to sum it all up, we all need to speak up for each other. Basically, support each other.
Exactly.
Speak up, speak out, speak to each other. Simple as that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like that's an issue that we see in our community, man.
If you have a hard time just speaking to women because you just don't know how to, talk to your mom, talk to your sister, talk to your cousin. If you're more comfortable with them, then just start there. Some people don't even talk to their sisters. So going back to what you're talking about was about like the whole like Muslim women are the ones who kind of give all that bad taste to other women, right? Even I see with my aunts, right? So my aunt might come in, visit some of their family members, and what they do is that they go to the mom and be like, oh, how old's your daughter now? She's about 14, 15. Why isn't she wearing a kippah? Why isn't she dressed up? Like, you know what? She's not ready for that. Oh, is she not religious? That's the first question they ask.
Yeah.
And that's ridiculous.
Damn.
So you can't. So basically, so you can see somebody's religion from the outside. That's not.
Yeah.
Is that possible? So that's
everything's about what's on the outside, bro. Nobody really cares what's on the inside.
You know why?
What's in your heart.
Know why? Because it's hard. And it's hard because if you want to find out what's on the inside, you got to take time.
You got to talk to me.
You got to talk. Like I can't. It's easy for me, but I can just look you up. I can look you up a few times. Like, yeah, I know what this guy's all about. People, that's what social media is. Social media is just 10% of what people really live. Like,
I don't even think it's 10.
You don't think it's probably
I don't think it's 10.
Probably like top 1%.
Nobody. Look, bro. I just posted a picture on Facebook the other day where I was looking fresh. I mean, my edge up was on point. Like my beard was trimmed. You look at me now, guys. You might run.
He wanted me to post his pic on MySpace the way you're looking.
Tom would be like, yo, unfriend. If our young Muslims that are super young and don't remember MySpace, you're losing.
Oh, yes.
I had to explain.
Do a Bing search on
Bro, I knew I was old when I had customers coming to the shop, and I had to explain to them what MySpace was. They weren't even, bro, these kids were born in the 2000s. So MySpace
they
was
shouldn't be drinking coffee.
Oh, you need the age limit.
Right.
Like, bro, I really had to sit down and explain to them what MySpace was, and they were just like, why did they take that away from us? Like seriously though, but no, bro, you're exactly right, man. It's like, look, we have to get to know one another, and the only way we can do that is by talking to one another.
Yeah.
And what I really appreciate what the people that we connected with, especially with Instagram Live, is that
Yes.
we connect with women and men.
Yep.
Especially like our other podcast fam, like the Rogue Muslim, we talk with her a lot, and this Muslim girl, Noor, you know, they've been amazing like friends to us because we've been able to talk with them and ask them real questions about being women, you know, and what do they need from Muslim men. I think, you know, Allah says in the Quran that, you know, we are the providers and we have to be protectors, but that's not just about physicality, bro. It's about emotionally, it's about spiritually. We have to be able to protect women so that they can breathe. You know what I'm saying? We have to be able to protect our women. Look, here's a concept, son. I want everybody listening to really think about this as a concept. Allah says, shield the women with the hijab. What if, and look, I'm not saying I'm right and I'm not saying I'm wrong, but what if we are and can act as the hijab to women? As men, we can be the hijab. We can be the ones that protect women and shield them from the people that wish them harm on the outside, either from within our community or from the outside. That's just a different interpretation, but I think as our role as men, as protectors, we have to be able to take the women, even if they're not our wives, even as women we've never met, our job is to protect, period. You know what I'm saying? You see a woman and she's in trouble, what do? You go over and check and see if she's okay, right?
Almost anybody, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You don't say, oh, are you Muslim first? You're like, lady, let me help you, bro. Are you Muslim?
Pull out the binoculars, yeah, she ain't passed the test.
Oh, she ain't dressing modest. So
I like that point though, man.
Yeah, like what if we can act as the hijab for women? You know what I'm saying? We have to be like, and I think the culture going forward is going to be of that. Like we are going to be a protector of these women because there are other people out here that are so judgmental and they're so hurtful. They're actually turning people away from the deen.
Man, which is what nobody wants, you know.
Yeah.
But like, you know, it's crazy. Like when people think about providing, and I think this is mainly like, you know, the other culture, just the older pioneers. They think about providing for women is physically and financially. I even had a brother of mine, right? I'm not gonna say any names. He's like, look, I want my wife to be home. That's it. I'll go out there. I'll get the money. I'll get the cars. I'll get everything. I just want her, you know, when I get home to like have the food ready, make sure the kids are good, and then, you know, we live that way. I'm like, that's awesome. Like, you know, if you want to live that way, I'm not gonna knock you. You can do that, but are you saying that you're never gonna help her with the kids? One.
Yeah.
Two, are you gonna have, if you're working all the time and she's there, are you ever gonna have time to sit down with her and have a conversation about how she's feeling, how she's living? Like,
Yeah, how's your wife doing?
psychologically, bro, kids can mess you up. So giving all that work to the women is really not fair. Just because they're women, they are obligated to take care of the kids. Oh man, that's a duty for you and the husband. So I think that whole thing of a woman cooking, cleaning, and just staying home, I'm not saying those days are done, but those days are blended. We can still have women that cook, clean, work, help on the community, vote. I mean, why can't they do that?
Yeah.
Why can't they do all
And
that?
why can't we also contribute to that? You know what I'm saying? Like, dog, they have maternity leave, or is it paternity? No, paternity leave.
No,
Yes, paternity.
It's maternity.
No, for men, it's paternity.
Oh, yeah, you talking about female? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. All right. So for men, it's paternity leave, right? Am I getting that right?
I never had a kid. So
No,
I think
saying-
for the mom, it's maternity leave. For the father,
Oh yeah,
it's
for his paternity. Okay, yeah, we got the peak. We got
the peak.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So for, man, we just spent 10 seconds sitting there trying to get that
Amateur.
right. Look, I'm new to having benefits on the job, so if I ever have a kid, I know, like, all right, I get paternity leave, not
Hold
maternity
on.
leave.
Is this for me or her? Both. Thank God.
Bad.
Thank God.
Alhamdulillah. So like, yeah, it's like, yo, we have that ability now. We have the capability to take off from work and stay with our kid because, dog, everybody's like, oh, it's important for the mom to be with the kid when this first one. Like, bro, what about us? We can't love our kids.
You know what's funny? I was talking to one of my coworkers who's just having a kid. She was like, every time my husband is outside pushing like our kid, everybody's like, oh my God, you're such a great father. Like, I can't believe you're doing this. And then she's like, when I take a break, right, from the kids for 2 hours, everybody's like, you're such a horrible mother. Get off your, you know what I'm saying? Get off your butt, man. Get up there and watch them kids. Like, that's society. And I think that's really huge in the Muslim culture too. Like, if the wife leaves the kids with her mom just for one night because she's been working all year, the husband's gonna come back and throw a fit. Like, why are you
What
giving?
culture you in? But the black, where I come from, the black community, we don't play that.
Hey, also, like you talking like the women now, they
don't
gonna bust
play
back.
that.
They gonna bust back. That's what I'm saying. That's the pioneers too. That's just something that I've seen that I'm not saying will no longer be tolerated, but it should not be tolerated. It's 50-50. I mean, I don't think it's 50.
It takes two people to make a kid, bro.
It took a whole community. Yeah, it took a whole community, to a village to raise a kid, but it takes two to make one. Yes, you're right.
No, you're right. Look, everybody has to do their part and have to help.
Accountability too. Accountability.
Well, that accountability has to come on both of the parents.
Yeah, that's what I
right. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. I thought you were saying like the community has to take account. Like no. Like at the end of the day, it's your kid.
Yeah.
Like take care of your kid. You can't dump them off on grandma every time you wanna go out and do something.
Yeah.
But we also have to realize that listen, we're humans, and it's important for a husband and wife to work together to make sure that the child sees the best of both of their parents. You know what I'm saying?
You know what else I think that we're doing? Our culture is a little bit different from the pioneers. Is that I feel like we're appreciating a woman more. Like we're taking them out more. We're just not taking them out on Ed or just the birthday. You know, like hey, look, I see you had a long week. Let's just go out and let's do something. You know what I mean? Let's do something. You see some people that just the love is just gone. There's no more, there's no more spontaneous like things that you do. Like you don't get them like a random gift. They bring a card.
I think that varies. I think that varies from couple to couple though. I don't think so. I mean, I definitely think it's a culture. I definitely think it's a cultural thing, right? But it's like you said before, like oh, I'm man, I work, I eat, I sleep, make babies.
That's caveman, bro.
Caveman, bro. That's my alter ego. I work, I pray, I eat, I sleep, I make baby. And repeat. so like I think you're right, but what that comes from is starting to understand women.
Yeah.
And it comes, I think now, today, communication is more readily available, right? And I think that some of us are starting to use it more, partially because women are being able to be more open and have better communication about what it is that they want and what it is they deserve, what they think. So us being in that generation, we can't help but listen. We have to listen. So I think that's super important that women have a voice now. I mean, you see in the politics, right? We have a lot of Muslim women who are stepping up in politics and Muslim men. And that's very important for our generation because what is that showing the younger kids like, yo, like that is a reality for you, right? And so when we look at it on a simpler plane as couples, we're showing the kids, we're showing everybody like it's okay for boys and girls to be able to do the same things. Like a woman can be a politician, a man can be a politician. You guys can talk to each other and be in the same room without it being like haram or people looking at you. Like our generation is about to be the coolest generation because we're being brought up in a place where Islam is not just a ritualistic concept, it's a way of life.
Bang, bang.
Where we take what's in the Quran and we say, you know what, this is what it's about. It's so simple, but we make it complicated. So how can we make this as simple as possible without having to bog down people with the rules that make them shy away from this religion?
Or use those rules to manipulate somebody else to get what they need.
My goodness, that's a perfect word.
Yeah.
Say that word one more time.
Manipulation is not right. Wherever it's coming from or whoever it's coming from and who it's giving to be honest. I see it, but that's like a whole other episode in itself.
No, bro. We're gonna talk. We're here. We're gonna talk.
So the manipulation comes from, I see it coming from, not our generation. I don't want to say that because I actually have seen dudes use that against females. But that comes back to educating yourself, I feel like if you educate yourself, you can't be manipulated because you know the truth, right? But manipulation might go past that because you can still be verbally abused, Well, when it comes to manipulation, I think it's past just physically like hitting somebody, manipulating them. Like I think psychologically that's the worst type of manipulation because at that point, once you have some control of somebody's mind, you have control of their life. You know what I mean? So you can actually play them like a puppet and do whatever you want. So if you're like, hey, your wife's like, hey, I had a long week. I'm gonna go out with the girls. Go out? You can't go out. That's haram. You can't be going out. You can't
Yeah,
watch
people,
movies.
people, yeah.
You know what I mean? You
yeah.
can't. You guys
You
stay
can't
home.
listen. You can't listen to music.
And then right, and then the guy's about to go out. His wife's like, "Oh, where you going?" I'm going out. Where? Just
Don't
out with
worry
the
about
guys. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Or even don't worry about it. Like, dude, for real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's wild.
I think we need to stop doing that. But I think our guys, at least, or like you and I, our generation, because we're communicating more and being more upfront and we're talking to each other, I think the manipulation is really dying down. You know what I mean? I think we need to kill that. I think we need to kill that altogether, to be honest.
I think it's the idea of toxic masculinity. Oh, yo, dude's about to break in the room.
You know we got the gym reserve?
Yeah, son. I think it's more so men starting to unmask that, like, this toxic masculinity that we thought was necessary in order to be a head of a household or
Pulling
necessary.
out the Lewis House in this gym. Okay,
Hey,
bro,
man,
see?
hey.
Shout out.
Hey, man, I learned a little something on
Reading,
the
right?
internet, reading on the internet. But it's true though, man. It's like, listen, we have to get out of this narrative that as men we have to be a certain sort of way, because there is no one way to be a man.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, a man has certain things that they're very set, right? And I'm not the person to give those out. Like, I don't have them on the top of my head. But I think there are many things that make us unique, and every man brings some certain aspects of himself to his family, to his relationships, that makes him very important. And having to try and prove that you're a man with force,
Flexing.
yeah, by trying to flex, like, oh, look at me.
Yeah.
That's not what makes you a man.
That's dead.
Yeah, that's dead. That's dead, Fred. That's dead, Fred. We done with that.
Now it's all about being, hopefully it's the right word, vulnerable. You know, telling like the females like what's really going on. You know,
Yeah.
as guys, you know, I'm kind of helping the guys on this one. We have a lot. We do have a lot on our shoulders, but I think it's okay to kind of share that weight with your wife because she's willing. You know what I mean?
Bro,
she's willing to take
share
it
it
on.
with your friends. Share with the. You know, when we had that talk with Nord, right? What was really cool was that whole conversation, we were very open with her about the things that we felt, and she was very open with us about things we felt.
And she said, I never knew guys felt like that.
Bro, I learned so much from that conversation.
Yeah.
Because in that conversation, in that almost 3 hours that we talked with her live on our Instagram.
You're supposed to learn a lot, 3 hours.
Right, yeah. Like, but it felt like, yo, we were just talking. It was just another conversation with us being able to talk amongst ourselves. You feel me? And be able to say, yo, the girls go through the same thing. That's sick.
Yeah.
That's sick.
And after we said something, she didn't come at us or bash. She's like, no, that's interesting.
Exactly.
You know, like that's really interesting. You guys think that way, and we thought the same way. We're like, oh snap, I never saw it that way.
Who would know?
That's perspectives. Open up your mind, and I think our generation is probably the most. I think they're really good at being open minded. You know, I think the other people. I don't know if they're being closed minded because they want to or what, but I think we got the juice. Simple as that.
Hey, I think so. I think so, man. I think we're trying to find a medium, because there's the guys that are like, oh, like, my wife has to do everything I say, and there's the guys that are like too
balance guys.
Yeah, bro. Like
Balance.
like one of the narratives that I see outside of the, like, my wife stays in and cooks and watches the kids, is the other one where it's like you pull off this perception that you're the perfect Muslim man, and I think that's total utter BS, because nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes, and you said about social media, you only see on social media 5%, 10% of who that person really is.
All you see is highlights.
Exactly. One thing I can say about us on this podcast in particular is that we do keep it extremely real and raw, and we tell you everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've said some stuff on here where it's like, bro, like, a few years ago we would have gotten a lot of trouble for it, but it's like, it doesn't matter, because we're doing it at the expense of being able to help others who might need to hear that from somebody. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and I'm not trying to like hype our heads up or whatever, but I'm saying, like, this is a good starting point. That's why we are the culture.
That's where we started this.
Point blank. We are the culture. I'm stealing that from Chance the Rapper. We are the culture. Point blank.
when he says we are, we're talking about young Muslims. We're not
Yeah,
talking about just us
Not
two.
just I'm talking about young Muslims. Like
Clarification.
we are the culture. We set the standard for how we dress. We set the standard for how we speak to one another. We set the standard for how we communicate within the sexes. You know what I'm saying? Like we communicate and we say what's in and what's not, and all that misogynistic stuff is out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm here to raise up you queens. You feel me? I'm here to raise up you kings. Like we all are on the same mission. So why in the world we trying to act like we on opposite teams? You feel me?
Act like we're going down the different route. We all going toward the same goal.
Take the same route around. You feel me?
Yeah. But don't get don't try to twist our words. Just let you know everything that we're talking about, it still comes down to moral character and Islamic values. So don't just want to be clear on that as well.
Yeah. So how many Muslim friends do you actually have? Like when I say Muslim friends, I mean like the friends that are like practicing and they don't just celebrate Eid, like they they actively try to go to Jummah, and not even saying they gotta pray 5 times a day, but like it's a part of the conversation. How many people do you think I'll tell you right now.
Talking about right now at this point in my life or throughout my whole life? Like talking about like right now?
Right now, because right now you're like at your most serious point.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And you're at a spiritual peak at this point in your life. I think that's where I am, and I can tell you right now, like whatever number you say, I automatically have like a third of that. Because down here, there's not that many Muslims.
Are we talking about like? Can I include adults? Like, can I include?
No, our generation only.
Oh, see, that's even harder. Right, man. Our generation, I'd have to say about. Are we counting group text? I got a group text of people at the mosque. We keep each other kind of like motivated as well. So I don't know, some de-inspiration. But I would have to say about practicing. 7. About 7.
So that means
7 solid.
So that means I got like 2.5.
Yeah.
One of them's a midget.
Which is okay. We love everybody.
Hey, I said nothing was wrong with them. My man's just a little short.
Yes, and we're talking about like practicing Muslims. Even if they make mistakes, they get back up, repent.
I don't think you can be. Look, let's end this.
I said practicing Muslim. I said perfect.
I know. I know.
Okay.
But we about to end what this definition of a practicing Muslim is. All right. So for all you people listening that have this perception of what a practicing Muslim is in your head, they got the long beards and they pray all the time. Practicing, when you go to soccer practice, when you go to basketball practice, football practice, what is practice for? It's to mess up.
Yep.
It's to make the mistakes and get better at each practice, because when game day comes, when judgment time comes, you got to be on your A game, right? So to be a practicing Muslim means you are working towards getting better.
I like that, because you're right about the practice. Like you want to make the mistakes in practice and not in the game.
Exactly. So I just had to clear that up, because even in my own head, when you say practicing Muslim, I'm thinking, he prays all the time, or she acts a certain way, she has certain behavior. But at the same time, when you say practicing Muslim now, it has to be, is this person actively looking to better their deen?
Yeah.
Actively. They're not just saying, I go to Eid and I might go to a Jummah.
Are they trying? Are they getting back up? Like you said, after they make a mistake, are they getting back up? Or are they just swinging?
Are they trying to take off work when it's Jummah time? Or are they just saying,
hey,
I got to get this money. I got to get my chicken up. No, you need to get your spiritual level up.
Yep.
You feel me? Like, get that up first. Allahu Akbar.
Well, everything else will fall in place.
Exactly.
I like that, though.
Exactly. So that just had to be addressed. What else we got, man? Goodness gracious. How long we've been going, bro?
Yeah, for about an hour.
Oh, for real? Oh, we got a lot to go. So you guys sit back, relax, because you're listening to all that. You remember the show All That?
Yeah.
Bro, that used to be my show.
I was thinking when you said All That, you never did your opening.
Oh, snap.
I guess
are we an hour in and didn't? All right, so
I guess we'll start the show now.
Are we?
They're like, no.
So it looks like we started the show.
Somebody's probably thinking like, I just got to work. Let me pull up. These guys
All
are crazy.
right. No, we gotta do it. All right, give me the countdown, bro.
tres, dos, uno.
What's going on, everybody? This is Jabril
And
Salam.
Muhammad Hassan.
And you are listening to the Young and Muslim Podcast.
Let's switch with the greetings of peace.
What is up? Asalaamu Alakum.
My peoples. And we were just joking, the podcast's not just starting right now, but
Yo, that's wild, bro. I didn't think about it.
you were hyped about this episode, I guess.
Yeah, like, I mean, because we've been like talking about this for a while.
Yeah.
Like this is one of those episodes where we've probably been talking about this, like all of these things, you know, a little bit in each episode. But I think as a whole, like we knew we wanted to do something and kind of talk about like what's been going on, and things we've been seeing within the culture and stuff like that, man.
And I think this episode, if you never ever reached out to us or spoke to about us, like, or even talked to us, I think this will be the episode because you guys are part of the culture too. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
So you guys are part of the culture here. You guys been here as much as we do. You guys are about the same age range. So we want to hear from you guys. What are you guys seeing? What are you guys experiencing? You know?
Yeah.
Because I lived a certain way and Jabril lived a certain way. I'm sure none of us lived even close, like a remote life to one another. You know?
Yeah. So the reason I asked you before about like if you have practicing Muslim friends is, do you feel that you need more of them in your life, or do you just need the right ones to keep you grounded?
That's a good question. I just need the right ones. I've never been like a quantity type of guy, you know? So it's been about quality. So if I have 1, 2, 3 people to get me back on my feet, I'm good. Because that's really all I need. I don't need like a gang of people kind of let me know. Because I already know what I need to do. Sometimes I get off track a little bit just because I got things going on. But it's always nice to have somebody give you a little nudge, like, come on, just stay focused, you know? But you know why I say few people? Because you might be in a slump too. I might be in a slump, so I need somebody else that's not in a slump.
Yeah, we need others. Yeah.
So that's the only reason. But if you're always on, all I need is my right hand. But you know, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, for sure.
What about you, man? Let me throw this back at you, reverse.
I mean, me growing up, like I
was
told
about to say,
you,
you-
like I've always been on the solo dolo mission when it comes to like my age range.
Yeah.
Right. So like when we did the summit, it was weird for me because that was the most young Muslims I had been around and actually sat down and had dinner with. That weren't like your family.
Yeah,
That weren't like your
crazy.
siblings. Like for you, that was normal.
For me, that was high school lunch.
Yeah, like for me, that I was like, cause there was a moment, you know, I was looking at my sister, and my sister, she doesn't typically cover her hair, but she was covering her hair because all the girls she was around that were close to her age were covering her hair, and you know, like we don't like yo cover your hair, but you know, it's a question. It's like, yo, how do you feel about it? And she says, you know, I want to eventually, but I'm like, cool, bet that's all on you. But I thought it was really cool how when she was around these girls, she felt a lot more comfortable doing it. And so I think that it's important, man, to have, especially growing up. I think it's more important growing up than when you get older. Because I think when you get older, you start to realize that the religion is important, but there's still a lot of commonality between you and people who may not share your faith.
Yes.
Like my man Coop, we had a conversation today, you feel me? And we were
Yeah.
talking about real stuff, like
Yeah.
it's stuff that we talk about on the podcast that's religious, but in a way that was inclusive of him who may not be in the same faith track as us, you feel me? So I think that was extremely interesting. It's extremely important for us to understand that, you know.
Just gotta have a conversation. So let me tell you a quick story, right? I was at home yesterday, right? And my little niece, she is 6 years old, right? And we were all about to pray Isha together. So, you know, I got everybody together and we were about to pray a Jama'ah. And then my grandpa and grandma was like, hey, just make sure you go grab your kimar. So she went and grabbed it, right? And I helped her put it on. The problem was that I don't know how to put it on, so I put on her for kind of tight. And then after she got done praying, she came up to me. She took it off so fast. And my grandma like, what are you doing? And then I was like, yo, just chill. And I bought it. I was like, what's wrong? She's like, man, this thing is hot. I was busting out laughing. Would you even think that would be a reason?
Man, this thing is hot.
If you never asked, you would never have thought. You probably thought like, oh, she doesn't want to be like Muslim anymore. You know what I mean?
Why do people take it so far, bro? They take it so far.
She's hot. I mean,
It's radical. like, bro, like, same time, look, I treat it like this, bro. Like, when it comes to women and that, like, we said we weren't going to stay
I was
here,
gonna say let's keep this one brief.
but when it comes to that, I don't put my 2 cents in because we as men don't have to, like, we don't get condemned to dress like that. So I don't say jack squat. And for your little niece, for her to say that, bro, is weak. Because right. I can see her saying that, bro. It's hilarious.
It's hot. I'm like, oh, man. You got it.
All right, so we said we were going to talk on this, and I think it's we need to go into it. We just did a radio show on it. We can keep it super brief.
Yeah. Probably drop an Instagram video too.
Yeah, we're going to drop an Instagram video.
Yeah.
This by the time you guys hear this, like, it's already, kind of done. But it's important to vote, guys.
Yes.
And because the voting day, November 6th, is already going to be passed, I think it's important for us to say that this election may be passed, but it's important for us to vote going forward.
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot of skepticism about whether our vote counts in the corrupt system and so forth and so forth. People have called me a sheep because I vote, and I would have to counter and say, well, maybe you're the sheep, that you are falling victim and falling prey to a theory that the system that we have doesn't work, right? And maybe it doesn't work all the time, right? But it doesn't work for somebody. Think about it.
It's always there.
Somebody's always going to be mad at the system. But what I can tell you this is that there's certain people who get mad at the system and then they understand how to change the system from the bottom up. The way voting works is not like you vote for a president and everything follows suit. It's you vote from the bottom, starting with your sheriffs and your city council, your school board members, and then those people work their way up. When you vote in the right people who morally identify with you, then it goes up from there. You can't start here at president and say, now what's up with, why is none of the stuff that you guys promised getting done? It's because there are people underneath them who actually call shots, and like, you need the right people behind you. You need the right team. You need the right company. You feel me?
I'm laughing because you got people saying that you're sheep, they're not going out to vote. But those might be the same people that when it comes to Halloween, they're already out the door going to Halloween parties. They're doing this, that, and the third, But that's just another story in itself.
Yeah.
So, yes, people are going to be hearing this after the election. But if you weren't able to register, what I would say is that make sure you register right away. I don't know when you're going to be able to, but just go ahead and try to register. If you know how to, go to the DMV, go online. It literally is not hard.
Yeah, it takes no time. You can register online in less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, you can do that.
You can vote in less than 5 minutes. This guy was like, "Oh, well, that's 10 minutes of my day I can never get back." I was like, "Dude, you probably spend more time scrolling on Instagram than you would, like, you don't want to give up 10 minutes of social media time." Like, the amount of time he was taking to actually respond to me on social media, he could have went and voted 3 times.
I saw that post. I was like, I'm not even reading that.
Yeah, it was a lot. We were going back and forth, and anyways, I digress.
Go on.
What's more important, and this is kind of segueing to something else that we wanted to talk about, is that now we're seeing more Muslims in politics. And it's important for us to, here's one of the points he said, I don't know who to vote for because I don't see who represents me. And I was like, well, you got to do research. Now, part of that is maybe the right people aren't in your district or in your area to vote for, but you need to also be able to show support for the candidates who may not live where you live, and they might be representing you from another place, and you need to be able to give your support to those people because you want those people in place, because morally, if you feel that they can support your community in the right way to move you forward, you need to put those people in office, and you need to help spread their message. So we literally have talked on this for 2 hours of airtime or something like that.
I know.
It's just a lot. But
if you want to watch that, it is on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
But it's not on the Young Muslim page. It's actually on Muslims on America: The Next Generation, and we did share that.
Yeah, we shared it. So it's up there now.
Yes.
It's on the Young Muslim page, and then Muslims in America: The Next Generation. Look us up. Radio show is actually pretty slamming. We had a lot of good callers come in. We go live on there we go live for the radio show on our podcast Instagram. So you guys can check us out on there every first Saturday of each month. So we should be back on December the 1st, which is a Saturday.
10 a.m. Eastern, sharp.
10 a.m. What else we got? Is it taboo for Muslim women to play sports? I think that's a yes or no question, and I think we can agree and say no. No to that. Yeah, I think we can say no to that. What's up, man?
Oh, I'm sorry, huh?
Yep. You got to drop something off, or are we good?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Appreciate it, man. He was not expecting us.
No. Yeah, I feel like he's like
What do I do with
Dave
this?
Chappelle. He's like, oh, what y'all doing?
Yeah.
But it's okay. Yeah, we are actually recording today at the Hilton on the waterside here in Norfolk.
Yeah.
In downtown.
So-
And we had a room reserved, but I guess
No, we didn't have no rumors there.
that's what I think.
Yeah, that's what they think. So people have reached out to us about how we record our episodes, and like a lot of times we recorded a lot of shows in cars and
In people's apartments.
Yeah, in people's apartments and like on the go.
Hotels.
Right? Like yeah, bro. We just do whatever we can. We use whatever we can get. Whatever hand we're dealt, we take. You know what I'm saying? Whatever has the most optimal lighting, we take. So yeah, we just love this, man. We just want to keep it rolling.
So next question, talking about should Muslim women play sports? Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's done.
My sister's trying for the basketball team.
Hey.
I support her 100%. I'm also gonna buy her the Nike Akimara. Shout out to
Yo,
Nash.
Nike is
I'm gonna
crushing it, bro.
I'm gonna give her that for a gift. She doesn't even know what's coming. I'm gonna get her that. She's nice.
Nike's crushing. All right, let's stop there, because I gotta change the battery in the camera.
Okay, I'll just edit because I don't think I can pause it.
Okay. All right. All right. And we're back now. Matter of fact, we can edit this, you know what I'm saying? Because we obviously don't want to be like super dicey, but don't edit this part out.
No.
This right here, what we're doing on camera, off camera, you guys, if you've watched our YouTube videos, you kind of see there's a lot of me having to leave the mic to check the camera and having to deal with that part of it. So, with this being said, because I am moving up there and we are going to be trying to run production of the podcast full time up in Northern Virginia, we are looking for somebody that can help us.
Yes.
We're looking for a third wheel
Yes.
to this, this team. Somebody that can help us on the cameras going forward. So if you are a long-time listener or even a short-time listener or a first-time listener, trio, we would definitely appreciate it if you could reach out to people that you know who would be interested in helping us out.
Yes.
We are not paying you. We are definitely not paying you.
Yes.
Yes. We're definitely going to say yeah because we're very equitable when it comes to how we like to pay. Like we can't pay in food, so
we are businessmen at the end of the day.
Yes.
Outside the podcast, and we are fair.
yeah,
At the end of the day as
absolutely,
well.
absolutely.
Hey guys.
Hey, how's it going?
Closed up here.
Say again.
This floor is closed.
Oh, this floor's closing up.
Yeah.
Can we get like 10 minutes
Better
just
wrap
wrap
it
up?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, bro.
Okay.
Appreciate it, man.
Yep.
Thank you. Oh wow, so we're legit being kicked out. Holy crap.
Man, yes.
Oh wow, so we really.
At least, Jabril bought us 10 minutes, so let's get it.
All right. Oh wow, man, this sucks.
It's okay.
Wow. Oh, all right. So recent events, stuff that happened. We have the Pittsburgh massacre. Rest in peace to all the victims of the Pittsburgh massacre.
Yeah.
Look, that's a discussion that.
Just a moment of silence, bro. For that's about it for that,
Yes.
man. That's-
All right, moment of silence. Because we only got 10 minutes. Yeah, just very, very, very tragic news, and I want to talk longer, but we can't. I don't even want to start getting there.
No, 'cause we will go on.
Just a lot of stuff happening in politics. What was this one right here? Was that the journalist?
The journalist, yeah, Khashoggi.
Yeah.
That one also is a pretty lengthy one that I can really go into, but no, I don't think.
Can we have like a part 2 of this?
Yeah, I see a lot of people doing part 2. We can have a culture part 2.
Yo, so let me ask you this: can we edit this out? Can we stop this and then we record another one?
And then add it to that.
Yeah.
I've never done it before, but I think we can. Why don't we just drop one and then drop a part 2 the week after?
Okay, yeah, and we just talk about the recent events.
Yeah. Let's talk about the recent events.
All right, bet. Cool. Yeah, so yeah, then we have we have a lot of recent events that we want to go through and we want to get rolling and get through. But listen, we have to go. So yeah, they're literally getting to kick us out. So
Think about it, back up.
let's go ahead and wrap this up, Mo.
If you guys don't hear from us, you know what happened.
Yay, locked up. All right, so my name is Jabril Salam.
This is Muhammad Hassan.
And you are listening to the Young and Muslim Podcast.
We hit you with the greetings of peace.
Asalaamu
Alaikum. Peace. Oh, we never showed them song. Okay,
Oh yeah. No, we're not ending yet. Hold up. Hold up. We're not ending yet.
You know he used to always do that? James Brown. He would leave James
Come
Brown.
back. Are you guys ready? All right, listen to the song, guys. Shadiyaki.
And we already talked to Shadi, so we could
Alhamdulillah.
Look at the devil, we tapping out. I ain't backing out. Usala's arenas, I'm packing out. Like packing out, but I ain't going down. Muslims, I'm holding down. Alhamdulillah, cause he hold the crown. And Shadiyaki, you know the sound. Master the top, why you know the town? I ain't a pro. Got why I give it and go. We have been giving some more. Hustle and flow. No, I ain't selling no dope. Holy Quran on my coat. I'm in the mail like Alhamdulillah. Counters the nail like Alhamdulillah. Check my barrel like Alhamdulillah. Fly the spell like Alhamdulillah. All my brothers eat alhamdulillah. Praise be to God, I was eating crumbs, I don't never lie. But I could stabs, racking up the funds. Make my mama proud, look who I become. Only 23 and I'm getting paid like I'm Kevin Gates, bruh, when it's game. Alhamdulillah, when I get the keys to the biggest house and they didn't bring my akhiralo out. On the day Khabib, not McGregor out. Only selling it, never selling out. Shadiyat, bless that beat, dog. My African Americans praying in the streets,
Thank you, that's what we needed. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.